Hello and welcome again. I am the Gentleman in Black, and here we are with another Shadows over Innistrad opening. I've bought pretty much all the product from the set, by the gift box, which isn't out yet, and also a box, so that'll be coming very soon. So here we are today. We are going to be reviewing the first of the 5 fat packs. So, not fat packs, sorry, intro packs. So, if you're absolutely brand new to Magic and wondering what to get, you must have seen these. They sell them in Waterstones for our UK viewers. They sell them all over the place, really. These are like the basic Magic product, aside from booster packs, obviously. Being as this is the first intro pack video, we will go over what an intro pack is, who it's really for, and then we'll start cracking it. So, an intro pack is a 60 card pre-made deck, which comes with, I think it comes with a 15 card sideboard. No, it's just a 60 card deck. But you get a promo version of one of the rares from the set. So this one is Flameblade Angel, as you can see. It's a very nice promo, but it's not an excellent card. They don't tend to be very good cards in them, really. You get a set of rules, a strategy insert, and 2 15-card booster packs, which is really why I usually buy these. It's nice to have the promo cards, and honestly, I love opening booster packs. And they tend to be sold relatively cheap if you pre-order them. So, who's this product for? Well, it's not exactly aimed at me. I am not the target audience. I've been playing for quite a while. I think most older players will tend to ignore intro packs, as they don't really provide anything, bar a couple of booster packs, which most sort of veteran players aren't averse to either buying or just... they'll just buy the cards they want anyway. So, honestly, this is a very new player-friendly product, as you can see. I'll get rid of the packaging there. You have your insert, which sort of tells you how to play. It gives you a bit of strategy. I'm not going to open it up because, you know, chances are you've probably seen this before, and if you're watching this, you probably know how to play the game. So, we have 2 Shadows over Innistrad booster packs, and these are random. I've seen people pull great stuff. I've seen people pull the same intro pack rare that's in the box. So it's completely random. But let's crack on with this when I can get into it. There we are. There's a little pull tab. Very nice. So here we are with our foil promotional version of Flameblade Angel, which is 4 red for a 4/4 flying. Whenever a source an opponent controls deal damage to you or a permanent you control, you may have Flameblade Angel deal 1 damage to that source's controller. So it's pretty good. I mean, when your creatures block or get blocked, this is dealing 1 damage to your opponent for the privilege. Yeah, that's okay. Combined with some of the devil tokens in the set, that means that you're pinging them for 2 damage when your devils die, which is not nothing. That's fairly significant. So we've got that. Second rare, because you get 2 rares in every pack. We also, have a rules reference card. So, again, you probably know how to play. So our other rare is Devil's Playground. 4 red. Put 4 1/1 red devil creature tokens onto the battlefield. They have, when this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player. So, this can be an absolute blower. It's very good. So you've got blockers that when they die, they ping your opponent for damage. And at the time you're casting this in limited, they're probably on their last legs anyway. So getting through for 2 damage unconditionally there is so good. And obviously the more your devils attack and aren't blocked, the more value you're getting off them, because eventually they're going to die, and eventually they're going to take that 1 damage. It's fairly inevitable. Okay, so we have 2 copies of Stone Constable, which is just a 1-drop, 1/1. Discard a card, tap target creature. It's okay. Not the best. Ember Eye Wolf, I quite like this. It's a very good mana sink, which means obviously it's got an effect where you can pour more mana into it to do things. So a 1/2 haste for 2 is not great, but the fact that you can give it +2/0 for just 2 mana every single turn, as many times as you can afford, is so good. I like that card a lot. Then we have, wow, 3 copies of Devilthorn Fox. It's a 3/1 for 1 and a white. On an open board, this is good. Anywhere else, it's either trading up or just outright dying on the attack. So I don't really like it. But 1 copy of Unruly Mob. Again, I don't see why there's not more copies of this card. I think this card's good. It's a 1/1, and whenever another creature... 1/1 for 2, sorry. Whenever another creature you control dies, put a +1/1 counter on it. So with those Devilthorn Foxes, I guess, play Unruly Mob turn 2. The Fox turn 3, and as they run into your opponent's creatures and die, this gets bigger. So it's not all bad, I guess. Then we have Howlpack Wolf, a 3/3, very vanilla, and it can't block unless you control another wolf or werewolf. So this is a very good attacker, it's a very good card. Just remember that you can't block with it. Wow, again, 3 copies of Cathar's Companion. It's a 3/1 for 3, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it gains indestructible until the end of turn. So that's the evasion that the Fox probably should have as well. But then it'd be exactly the same card, pretty much. So... Runaway Carriage, 4 for a 5/6 trample. That sounds good, right? But whenever it attacks or blocks, sacrifice it at the end of combat. So you get 1 use out of this thing wherever you feel it's best. Again, I'm not really a massive fan. This card's very good though. Pyrehound, 3 and a red for a 2/3 trample. That doesn't sound great, but whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you get to put a +1/1 counter on it. So it gets bigger, and it gets in, and it's got such a big... backside that it just can reliably get in. I really like it. Then we have my all-time favourite, the not so inspiring captain. Look at him. He doesn't look very inspiring at all, but the card itself is pretty good. 4 for a 3/3, already a decent body in this format and limited. And when it enters the battlefield, creatures you control get +1/1 until the end of turn. This could be a good finisher at 4, potentially. Then you've just got a load of land. Standard, really. Lightning Axe. Oh, 2 copies of this bad boy. I'm not seeing many ways to discard it outside of the Stern Constable, which is not good because it means you're going to have to pay 6 for it. But this card is brilliant, and I absolutely love it, and it's going to see play in Standard because what a removal spell that is. So I quite like that. Then we have 2 copies of Rush of Adrenaline. Just a red, instant. Target creature gets +2/+1 trample until the end of the turn. That's good for getting in damage, and it also buffs those Pyrehounds for 1, and plus the +2/+1, so that is a big hit. Griftspoon, it is an enchantment for a white, enchants creature, +1/0 and flying. You can also return it from the graveyard to the battlefield attached to target creature for 3 and a white. It's not my favourite. Magmatic Chasm I also don't like. Creatures without flying can't block this turn for 1 and a red. Not very good. Again, Nahiri's Machinations, I'm not a fan of. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gains indestructible until the end of the turn. I guess with those Devilthorn Foxes it comes in for free, and same with the Cathar's Hound thing. Cathar's Companion. And you can also ping their versions of those for 1. So pinging is when you pay to deal 1 damage. For 1 on a red. So it's not bad. You can also trade up and stuff with those. So you can pay for that ability as many times as you want. It's very good in that respect. Angelic Purge, I love this card. A lot of new players I imagine won't because you have to sacrifice things. But it's 2 and a white for a sorcery. There's an additional cost to cast Angelic Purge, sacrifice permanent. Exile target artifact, creature or enchantment. This thing is just solid removal and I love it to bits. Then we have the Murderer's Axe. There we are, there's some more discard for your lightning axes. So it's 4 for an equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+2, and equipment cost is discard a card. So not too bad. Dance with Devils. So you can make a total of 8 devil tokens with this deck, which is 8+ damage. I love it. I absolutely love it. They're very good. They're instant speed, create 2 devils for 4. And I just absolutely think that's great. Innistrad, Again, love the artwork, love the card. Target creature deals damage equal to itself. Equal to its power to itself. So basically, you have an inner struggle and fight yourself. I love it. For 3 and a red. Instant. Brilliant. And Dissension in the ranks. I've talked about this before. I love this in Limited. You make 2 of their blockers fight each other. So that's just a fun little combat trick there. Just like, nice little blowout. So I'll just put those off the playmat over there, and we'll get to the fun bit. Now if there's any cards that will make this deck better when opening these booster packs, I'll obviously pull them out and go, well, this is definitely an include. So we have a zombie token and a check card. Nagging Thoughts, Throttle, Ethereal Guidance, Just the Wind, Creepy Twins, Vessel of Volatility, that probably wouldn't make the deck any better, no. Byway Courier, Blood Mad Vampire would probably make the deck actually, I really like that. So I'm going to put Blood Mad Vampire down here, so you can continue to see his glorious face. Then we have Daring Sleuth, a 2-1 for 1 and a blue. When you sacrifice a clue, transform him, and I'll just ignore that absolutely weird coincidence of 2 flip cards there, that's bizarre. And he becomes Bearer of Overwhelming Truths, a 3-2 with prowess, and whenever he deals damage to a player, combat damage to a player, sorry, investigate. So he's good. And there we have it. I don't know how we've got 2 rares, 2 flip cards in that pack, but there we go. I'm more than happy with a Thing in the Ice. Once again, I've talked about this before in my pack opening video, the second one. Thing in the Ice is absolutely amazing. I think it'll see play in Modern. I love it, and I cannot wait to brew with it. It's a 1 and a blue for a 0/4 defender with 4 ice counters. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, remove an ice counter, and then, when it has none, it becomes the Awoken Horror, a 7/8 beefcake, which bounces all other non-horrors creatures to their owner's hands. It's so good. It's so good. Now, that's going to sit there because it's amazing, not because it'll make the deck. But that needs to be in shot at all times because it's gorgeous, and I hope the other pack's got one as well, just to be greedy. So next up we have the Drew Now Corpse Trawler. So it's 3 and a blue for a 1/1, which comes in with a 2/2 black zombie. Again, 3 power over 2 bodies. I take that quite often. This is a good card. And you can pay 2 and a black to give any zombie you control Death Touch. So if you're in black-blue zombies, good. That is a good card. You will be probably picking that up fairly early. Then we have Groundskeeper. Again, I don't like it, but it probably goes in Gitrog. 1 for a 1/1. And 1 on a green, return target basic land from your graveyard to your hand. So yeah, it probably goes in Gitrog. Oh, this definitely goes in the deck. This 100% goes in the deck because it makes it infinitely better. Lightning Axe, as I've already talked about. And wow, yet another Asylum Visitor. I love this card again. 1 on a bite for a 3/1. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, if that player has no cards in hand, you draw a card and lose a life. So you can potentially draw on your turn and their turn. It's so good. It's excellent card advantage, and it also has Madness. It's a brilliant card. So we did really well with that first pack. I am extremely happy with that. Not too much to improve the deck, but I mean, I might have glossed over some white cards there because I forgot that the deck was white, but reds, that deck is very red heavy. I think you want to be focusing more on the red anyway, and that Lightning Axe is just a brilliant addition. Speaking of brilliant additions, we have Inspector Thraben, everybody's favourite. 1 for a 1/2. Not good, but when it enters the battlefield, you get to investigate. I love that card, and I look forward to playing it in White Weenie. So we have Ghost of Wings, Rancid Rats. Strength of Arms isn't a bad combat trick. Occasionally, because you can turn the effect on and get a human with your Murderer's Axe, so it's not too bad. Pyrehound, I would definitely take another one of those. Explosive Apparatus, also not a bad hit for improving the deck there. So, yeah, I'm okay taking that. Clip Wings, our flip is Hinterland Logger. So it's 2/1 that flips into a 4/2 trample. Yeah, seen it before. Bound by Moon Silver, also a good addition to that deck. It stops their best card. Call the Bloodline, excellent. I love this card. Sorry, I better talk about Bamboo Moon Silver. It's 2 and a white for an enchantment aura, enchant creature, and the enchanted creature cannot attack, block, or transform. Now, that is very good, especially if your opponent has flip cards. It's just so much extra value. But there is an additional caveat. I say caveat, but it's you can sacrifice another permanent to attach it to target creature, only as a sorcery. But that means that once the creature that you've put this on originally is no longer relevant and they have something bigger and a lot harder to deal with, like for example Thingy Nice, you can put this on it by sacrificing a permanent to just move it over, and the value continues. So it's so good. I love that card. Call the Bloodline, 1 on the black for an enchantment. You can pay 1 to discard a card. Okay, so you've got Madness here and Vampires, so those things are all great. You can discard a card to put a 1/1 black Vampire Knight creature token with lifelink onto the battlefield, but you can only activate it once each turn. So you can activate it in your turn, you can activate it in their turn, and the value goes up and up. Then we have Magnifying Glass with a creepy weird eye. So it's a 3-drop artifact. You can add Colourless to your mana pool, and for 4 and tap it, you can Investigate. No, I don't really like it, but it's alright. And here we have our rare, Traverse the Ulvenwald. So once again, this is a tutor. I've mentioned before what tutors are and what they do, but this is a 1-drop green tutor which searches your library for a basic land card and puts it in your hand, then shuffles your library. But if you have Delirium, you can search for a creature or land, which is excellent, and put it into your hand, then shuffle. This is so good, and I expect this to see play in probably Modern, definitely Standard, definitely EDH. It's just so delicious, I love it. So there we have it. There's a few cards that would make the deck better. We've got a couple of good pulls there. Yeah, so notable pulls, obviously, the Thing in the Ice, Traverse the Ulvenwald, Asylum Visitor. Also, it's best to mention that this deck, the Flameblade Angel deck, is not randomised in any way, shape or form. Everybody who buys that will get the exact same deck. So, there we have it. The first of my intro pack series. Thank you for watching as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day.